As already introduced, Juraj Sasko from Visibility will share with us their content strategy, how they really were thinking about their own brand, and how they use everything they do for their clients to make it their company more visible.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to agree 100% with Cardinal Path, because all our activities are like a copy of Cardinal Path, or Cardinal Path maybe copied our activities, I don't know. But I remember maybe 4 years ago when we started content marketing, and I think almost every agency is writing blog posts, and it's very typical. If you want to do something, some activities, then you start with blog as the first thing. And 4 years ago, we were thinking what to do next, what can be different from other agencies, and we looked at SEO Moz, and now they are called Moz, and they have their famous Whiteboard Friday video blog every Friday published, and we were like, there is nothing like that in Slovakia, so let's do the video blogs. I remember the first feedbacks on our very first video when I was in our meeting room, and the quality was very bad of that video, and people were asking like, come on, get better camera or sound and so on and so on. But we started. And there were maybe 10 or 20 views of that video, and we were like, okay, we have to carry on, and we have to continue. And the first thing or takeaway for me is that you cannot get results from content marketing or anything you do within a month or half a year or even a year. I remember the very first positive feedback in terms of sales from our video blogs was maybe 2 years after we started with video blogs, and we shoot video blogs every 2 weeks. So it takes some time till you get the results, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about our content strategy. So what we do, we get some topics for 3 months during the year. So we have 4 quarters of the year, and when we look at trends, so I remember last year we had one of the topics was content marketing, second topic was mobile marketing, and so on and so on. So we look at trends, we look at what is sexy and what people really search for, and we select a topic. And then we create a plan that is for 3 months, and in that plan, almost everyone in the agency is included, which means that we have around 30 people, and we engage them to, or try to engage them in writing articles, speaking at public, at conferences, and so on. So I don't know if we can get the previous slide, but what we do in our content marketing strategy, we don't have only articles on our blog, but we do video blogs, we do webinars, and like Nick mentioned, that you can reuse the content that you already created. So during those maybe 3 months, we created a lot of articles. I remember last 3 months, we published around 45 articles on our blog. It's a lot of content from different authors, and you can use that for creating even more content. So we use all these articles to put it together and publish one of the ebooks. Then we created to prepare a webinar, which is around 40–45 minute session that we do at the end of the 3 months, and then we use it for creating infographics, creating topics for events that we have, and so on. So there is a lots of content, and a very important thing is that you don't do it as 1 or 2 or 3 person in the agency, but you really motivate other people to engage and participate in content creation. Because if it's only about 1 or 2 person, probably you will not have enough time, or there is something more important. Of course, every time there is client, new projects coming in, and that directly generate money. So it really takes a lot of time, and the more people you have engaged in that process, the better, because even if you skip 1 article on your content calendar, nothing will happen. But if it's only 1 person that is creating all the content, then you can have a lot of gap. So very important thing, what you can see in this table, that we measure everything. Really measure the number of fans on Facebook, on Google+, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, all the social networks. We measure our newsletter, so we measure and benchmark the open rate, click-through rate, and so on. So we have tables like this, and we go week by week and month by month, and we try to take some takeaways and maybe action steps for the next month or next 3 months. Which means that we selected a topic, for example, content marketing. We evaluate last 3 months, and we see how the content performed, what topics people really liked, what topics weren't so sexy, and we try to come up with conclusion for the next 3 months. What can we do? How can we improve the content? If we should write longer articles or shorter? If the newsletter should contain some of the links that they didn't contain before, and so on. So I don't know if we have effect here, but this is one thing. Okay, you have lots of people that come to your website, but another thing for agencies, and probably the most important, is sales. And it really has effect on sales as well. The numbers, or all the numbers, are growing. I remember that was 2 years ago. The average number of visitors on our website was around 2,000 or 3,000 per month. I think if you are a normal agency with services and on your website, then you are not doing a huge advertising campaigns. Probably around 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 visitors a month is an average. By content and amount of content we produce, we managed to reach 25,000 visitors a month just on our website, which I think it's a lot more than many other agencies. Other important thing is that our leads from the website are growing every month. So before we used to have, I don't know, 5 or 10 leads from the website, from the forms that we have. Now the number is growing, and we are reaching 50 leads from the website just by the content and the amount of people that are coming. And those are relevant leads. It's not a one person company that would come and fill up the form, but those are really big companies that come to our website and read the content, watch the video blogs, and so on. So I really do think that content marketing and content marketing strategy is important, but you have to find that balance between the time you spend on projects and time you spend on content, because it will always come some client that is more important and will generate money. So you have to say that, okay, you will have 20% of your time that you will not work on clients, but you will work on our content, and no matter happens, you will spend these 20% of time. So that's it from me.
Thank you. Impressive results, impressive results. We have very, very limited time for questions, so let's take the first one. Do you have a dedicated person to run your marketing or group effort? I think that was for Cardinal Path.
Yeah, so it's a great question, and for us it's really been a process, so it kind of depends on what part of our history you're talking about. So we just hired our second full-time marketing person. Before that, we just had one. So our month-over-month growth in this regard is 100%. But no, for a very long time, we had to try to do all this without a dedicated marketing person. And yeah, I mean, trying to do this kind of content marketing without someone that's dedicated to it is a real challenge. In terms of how we met that challenge, I'll explain that all to you in the sales session, which is next. Not to advertise my own topic, but yeah. So right now we have 2 people that are dedicated to marketing, but yeah, for the vast majority of our history, we had to do this kind of as a group effort with no one that was dedicated to it.